Tak, ya, tadi. Okey. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Romaza and everyone. Okay, so today I and Atikah will be presenting about analysis of the lesson based on affective filter hypothesis. Okay, first I will explain about what is affective filter hypothesis. Okay, affective filter hypothesis is proposed by Dulé and Bird in the year 1977. And it was incorporated by Gresham as one of his 5 input hypotheses in the year of 1985. Okay, these people believe that people only acquire second language if they obtain a comprehensible input and the affective filters are low enough. Okay, this I will explain later. The affective filters include motivation, attitude, anxiety, and self-confidence. And comprehensible input may not be utilized if there is a mental block. Okay, you may understand it much better if I do it like this. Okay, so go please take a look at this rough drawing here. Okay, these are the comprehensible input that people receive from the teacher during the teaching process. Okay, there are lots of information that the teacher is giving to the pupil. Okay, then those informations will pass through a filter. Okay, the filters are like the motivation, attitude, anxiety, and self-confidence. And this filter will extract only the comprehensible input that is needed to go into the language acquisition device, which is the brain. Okay, I mentioned about a mental block, right? So the mental process happens here in the brain. And from the processing, they will go and output the acquired competence, what the child has acquired in his class when he learned the language. Okay, the filter is up when the acquirer is unmotivated or lacking confidence or he felt concerned with failure. Okay, some of the pupils are scared that they will say something wrong if they are called in the class. For example, we also felt like that, right? Whenever a lecturer just point out our name and then start asking us questions, right? So that shows that our filter is up. Okay, we are concerned with failure, not successfully meeting with the lecturer's expectations. And the filter is down when the acquirer is not anxious and is trying to become a member of the group speaking. Okay, the acquirer or the child or the pupil filter is down when he got comfortable to be able to join in a group discussion and be able to contribute without any people like judging or criticizing or demotivating him. Okay. And here are the main viewpoints of affective filter. One, restated again. A raised affective filter can block input from reaching the language acquisition device, which is the brain. Second, a lowered affective filter allows the input to strike deeper and be acquired. Okay, the process of understanding, all the thinking process are happening in the language acquisition device, the brain, thus producing output, which is the acquired competence. The third one, the affective filter is responsible for individual variation of second language acquisition. Okay, it is a process that happens individually. So we need to put in mind that individual learning have their different pace. Some might acquire language slowly, some might acquire language in a very quick way. So teacher also need to consider for the individual variation as well. And lastly, the fourth one, the affective filter is not an issue for first language acquisition, as children don't have it or use it. Okay, what is meant here by affective filter is not an issue for first language acquisition. This is because child for the first language acquisition, they tend to solely imitate the language without actually the processing to happen. They just imitate, and then when as they grow up, then they will know the function of the language that they imitate. Okay, next. Right, I will state it briefly about the flow of our lesson. We will take a look into it again by Atikah. Okay, here are the stages in our lesson. It is a speaking lesson. First, for the set induction, the teacher will show the front cover of a book, Rosemary and the Four Casinos. And then based on the book cover, teacher will ask WH questions about the book cover. Okay, during this stage here, usually what we do in the class is sometimes we just point out names if we already knew them, like Ahmad, can you answer this question, like that. Okay, but in affective filter hypothesis, by doing so, it has two effects. Either the people that you point out are feeling voluntarily, so they are able to answer, or if you point out their names, they will feel threatened to the situation and demotivated, thus increasing their affective filter. So it's the question part is asked voluntarily if any people want to give up their response. Second one, presentation. Teacher will show video of the story Rosemary and the Casino. Then teacher will provide the input of the story and the vocab. And the teaching part is creating simple sentences based on the vocab that is focused on. The next one is the practice, where the pupil will choose a word and create a simple sentence. And last one is play snake and ladder game. Create sentence to tell a story based on picture and note extension. Okay, for further elaboration, pass the lesson.
Okay, before we look at the lesson that we have conducted, we are going to look at the 4 factors that can influence second language acquisition in affective filter. The first one is motivation. Motivation, desire and the encouragement of the acquirers. When that people have more desire to learn, they will acquire the second language better. It's normal for us. When we want something, we will really work hard for it, and it is easier for us to achieve our aim. Second one, integrative motivation. Integrative motivation is actually one type of motivation where it combines the intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. It means that you have the from the deepest part of your heart you want to learn, and you also have the extrinsic motivation, the encouragement from others, for example, and it can help you in acquire the second language better. The second one is instrumental motivation. It is because you get motivated because of a practical reason. For example, you want to study hard because you want to get higher salary when you get posted, for example, like that. That is the practical and the instrumental motivation. You will get benefit from, you will get benefit if you do something Okay, the second one is attitude. Positive attitude will cause people to learn second language easily with rapid progress. It means that if you want to learn the language better, you will need to have a positive attitude. And second one, positive and persistent learners will get high achievement. it means that you will not easily give up. You are persistent in learning the language. And pupils with positive learning attitude perform actively and have higher grades. Basically, the attitude, when you have the positive attitude, you will learn the second language better. The third factor is anxiety. Communication apprehension. It is normal for us when we are afraid in doing mistakes. When you are more afraid to do the mistakes, it will become a filter in acquiring the language. So in using this affective filter, we need to reduce the anxiety level. The second one is test anxiety. When we are, for example, in doing the test, we are afraid that we will fail. That will cause the. Okay, the last one, fear of negative evaluation. We are afraid of others' judgment. We are afraid that others will think that we are not good. That will affect the learning process. The last one is self-confidence. Positive personal image and confidence will gain more than the one who lack confidence and negative self-image. So the people with higher self-confidence will acquire the language better compared to people with low self-confidence. That's why the teacher needs to boost up people's confidence level first before they in any lesson. Okay, the strength of this hypothesis. The first one, people will be motivated to learn the language. In this hypothesis, teacher needs to praise people more for their achievement. Wow, you are very good. That's like that. And they will become more motivated to learn more. They want to improve more because people they want to get the pieces from teacher. And in the form of interaction, this hypothesis focus more on the communication part, on the interaction part where we can interact verbally with others. And it is closely related with the real world task where we need to socialize with others, bring the sense of less mistakes correction. This hypothesis really emphasize on the part that teacher cannot directly correct people's mistake. If it is just a small mistake, if it is a huge one, maybe you can correct it in a good way. Boost up confidence level without fearing of doing mistakes. So they will not fear to do mistakes. They know that it is okay to do mistakes, and it create a warm and comfortable environment. So they will become more comfortable to learn in the class. Okay. Okay, the next one is weaknesses. The first one, people might not realize their mistakes because teacher did not correct people's mistakes. So people might not think, oh, that's correct. I say the correct word. I use the correct grammar because teacher did not correct it. And people might take control of the lesson when they are given too much freedom. In this hypothesis, teacher cannot assign people. Teacher needs to prompt them to volunteer to do anything, and teacher cannot force them. So if it is in the first class, maybe it is okay, but for the some class it will cause problem because the pupils will they do not want to learn. So teacher maybe need to create a lesson that will attract them to learn without having to force them. Okay, conclusion. Creation's affective filter hypothesis is a great practical effect for second language acquisition. So this hypothesis is really helpful to learn second language learners, and teacher can find effective teaching strategy through the analysis of the inner connection between pupils' affective factors and the second language learning. So by looking at the factors in affective filters hypothesis, teacher can create a strategy. For example, in the class, teacher create a strategy that she need to create a fun learning in order to engage students in lesson. And the good second language acquirers have strong desire or motivation. They want to learn more. They have strong desire. And they are positive in language practicing. They can adapt themselves to different language learning environment. And they can overcome language anxiety. It means that they are more confident. They are not afraid of doing mistakes. Okay, now we are going to look at the video of the lesson that we have conducted.
Tak pandai. Dia kena belajar ni.
Ada skill.
Ada skill dia. Apa dia yang Fatih Syuhada ni? Ada cover kan? Oh, itu banyak. Adjust tepi juga. Depan ni tengok.
Ini kan DS. Dan full laptop dah tu.
Tak ada VSC. Open with tu Atikah.
Mana?
Open ni. Kalau VSC
Tu VSC.
VSC lagi kuat.
Tak. Cuba buka VSC.
Buka VSC tadi.
let's see the one.
Tu. Oh, tu.
Got it.
Okay, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, what's with the
Tinggal sikit lah tu. Tinggal sikit. Bawa ke atas. Rasa dia dah tahu.
Okay, so since this is the
Okey, dah
time
besar.
Ha? Dah besar.
before recess, so after this let's all go and eat together, okay? So, alright, maybe, okay. Alright, so are you ready to learn for today? Yes. Okay, maybe when I say are you ready to learn today, you will say yes, loudly. Okay? Are we ready to learn today? Yes. Are we ready to learn today? Yes. Okay, great. Now, everyone please take a look at the screen. Okay, what can you see in this picture?
A picture, a book cover.
Okay, Shania mentioned about a book cover. Okay, Hani, you said something just now?
A book.
Yes, a book. Okay. Anybody else? Anything?
There's a monster there.
There's a monster. Where?
A flying woman.
There's a flying woman. Okay.
A big chubby man. No, a small chubby man.
There is a small chubby
With
man
a white beard.
with
White beard.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. Please give yourself a big clap. Okay. So for today, we are going to learn about this story called Rosemary and the Four Dusty Doors. Okay, this is the book cover for the story. Okay, so now let's learn the story.